So we get many opportunities to get it right. Sometimes we get chance after chance after chance after chance. So the universe is very generous with so many people. But there are some people who just do not learn their lesson. I have explained this to many people, and they have just disregarded what I have said. And guess what? It always comes back to bite them in the ass at the end. They wind up stuck in regret, deep regret, heartbroken over roads they have chose, things that they have done, choices that they have made. Hey my beautiful souls, welcome back to Fanny with Jessie, the life coach. So today we are going to be speaking about karma. It's one of my favorite subjects to talk about because a lot of people don't really understand karma and some people don't believe in it, right? Oh, but it's very, very, very real. And today I'm going to be breaking down exactly what karma is and how we create our own karma without realizing it. So let's get into it. So first thing is that a lot of people think that karma is something super negative, right? That's one of the biggest misconceptions, that it's like super negative and it's out to get you, and you hear like different quotes like karma's a bitch. And it can be, but it depends on what you have given out first. So this is the thing with karma. It's more of balancing the scales. Karma is all about the energy that you give out. And we give out energy in different ways. The words we speak, the things we think, the actions we take, and some people sow really dark seeds, right? Some people are just mean-spirited. They do bad things. They're very vindictive, envious. They're very jealous. They are self-centered. It's all about them, their needs, their wants, right? And they'll step on anything and everyone to get what they want. They're very opportunistic. So those are bad seeds, right? When you sow those seeds, those are bad seeds. And usually when you get your karma, it's very negative, but it's not because you did bad. It's because those are the seeds that you sowed. You sowed seeds and you had very negative intentions, right? So it's all about the intentions. That's the perfect word to really explain how karma comes back to you. If you sow seeds with good intentions and you're doing good, then the karma you will receive and the energy balance and what comes back to you is going to be good. It's going to be positive. But if you have done bad things, or you've done things with the intention, right, and hidden motivation and hidden agendas of it being dark, well, that's exactly what you're going to get back. And I say get back because a lot of people don't realize how karma works. So a lot of people think they can escape their karma. Something else that's a myth and incorrect. It does come back to you. You got to think of karma as like a wheel. It's like a wheel. It's a karmic wheel. And the great thing about karma for certain people is that they do certain things. They think they get away with it, right? They think they have gotten away with it. They forget about it. Some people do become better people. We're talking about the people who sow negative, dark seeds and dark roots. They do horrible things when they're younger. They mature. They go on with life. And they think that they got off scot-free and they escape that karma, right? And they think, well, I'm a better person now. So, you know, that's not going to come back to haunt me. But we all know about those skeletons in the closet, right? And we all know about what you do in the dark. It eventually comes to the light. That's why I tell people, darkness never wins the light. It might seem that way, but oh, no. There's different things there to balance out the scales. And karma is one of those things. So you put those skeletons in the closet, right? You might be a liar, a cheater, a user, or opportunist, right? You do all these horrible things. You might, launder money and use people in all kinds of inhumane ways. And then when you're sitting pretty and you forgot all about it, here comes that scale. Here comes that wheel. The wheel starts turning and it needs to balance out because universal law says that we cannot be like this and we cannot be like this, right? That's unfair. That's unbalanced. It needs to be balanced, and that's when karma comes in to balance that scale, balance that energy. And obviously, if it's been like this and you've been benefiting off of something or someone or things that you have done and your life is going great, well, guess what? When karma comes in, it goes and it balances it back out. And then the people that you've probably done wrong things to, bad things to, guess what? Now that becomes their winning season. So it's a whole balancing of the scales. And sometimes people, things happen to them and they're like, oh, I don't know what's happening to me. I don't know why. Well, take a good look at your life and take a good look at the things that you have done, seeds that you implanted, intentions you have created, right? Things that you have done, the energy that you have given, the words you have spoken. Has it been good? Has it been words of insight and positivity, or has it been bad and it's been negative, right? And this is the thing, once again, it's actually not bad. What karma truly is a teacher. It's a teacher because we need to learn our lessons. We need to grow. That's what we came on this planet, on this earth to do. We came here as spiritual beings to grow. And in order for us to grow, we grow through lessons. And some people just need to learn things the hard way. So the universal law is that we get many opportunities to get it right. We're given many chances to get it right. Sometimes you'll have people, right, come and tell you, that's not the right thing to do. You should do it this way. It's not the right direction to go. You should try probably, going down this road. Or maybe you should change your characteristics and change something, a part of you that's very negative, that's very unfair, that's very unbalanced. What you're doing is not right. Stop trying to cheat people out of this, right? So we get many opportunities to get it right. Sometimes we get chance after chance after chance after chance. So the universe is very generous with so many people. But there are some people who just do not learn their lesson. I have explained this to many people. And they have just disregarded what I have said. And guess what? It always comes back to bite them in the ass at the end. They wind up stuck in regret, deep regret, heartbroken over roads they have chose, things that they have done, choices that they have made. So this is the thing about free will. We all have it. Free will is just basically we come here and we get to choose our path. We get to choose whether we want to do good. We get to choose whether we want to do bad. We get to choose the words that come out of our mouths, whether we choose to be understanding and empathetic, or if we choose to just be hateful and spill, words of negativity and, bash people's self-esteem with our words. We have free will in every category. But the one thing that we cannot escape from that free will is the consequences of our then actions. So there's always a consequence to what we do. Whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it benefits you or not, is going to be based on the choices we make. So this is the part that people don't really understand about karma. We sometimes make our own karma because we refuse to learn the lesson. We refuse to learn our lessons. We're given chance after chance after chance to get it right. And along our path, we get people who come along to help us, right? We get little earth angels to come and tell us, that's not the way to do it. Come follow me. I can help you. We just totally disregard them, right? We may get our intuition, our internal guidance that tells us, you shouldn't be doing that. It's like the angel and the devil on our shoulders, right? You've seen that like in cartoons and stuff like that. That's literally how it is with our intuition and our ego. Our intuition, our inner knowing is telling us, you know better than that. You should go apologize to that person. You know better than that. You know you are wrong, right? You know what you did is not right. You should correct that. You know what? You shouldn't be taking this money. You didn't earn it. You know what? You shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be doing that, right? So we have that internal voice, which is our angel, because it's our connection to source, our higher source, giving us guidance. We all have that. But a lot of people choose to ignore that. And what we listen to our ego, which is usually the devil. Because our ego is self-serving. It's all about me, 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 me. Now, if you have a healthy ego, that's a little different. But The part that people usually tend to listen to is the part that's self-serving, that's materialistic, that is all about me, that is all about satisfying me. It's about my wants, my needs, and they must come before everyone else, but in a selfish way, right? Not in a self-preserving way, but in a selfish way. And that's what gets people into a lot of trouble. And because you keep listening to your ego and you refuse to listen to all those little messages and people that are around, including your internal voice that is telling you to stop doing something, guess what? You wind up in the same cycle over and over and over and over and over, because you need to learn the lesson. Until you learn your lesson, you create your own karmic cycles. You are creating them by the choices that you keep making. You keep repeating the same mistake over and over and over and over. So I tell people, karma is not necessarily a bad thing, right? It is there to teach us. You have to think of karma like an elder. You have to think. I like to think of karma as a nun. That's what I like to think of karma. Like when I picture the word karma, I see a nun with those old school rulers. You know how back in the day they used to hit, hit on top of the desk, or like hit the chalkboard when they were trying to get your attention or trying to get you to understand or get the lesson. That's how I like to think of karma. Like a nun that just won't go away until you grasp the lesson, until you get the lesson that you need to get to, right? We all have to grow. We all have to change. We all have to elevate. So there are things that are going to come towards us, right, that we have to learn, that we're going to learn regardless, because of our choices and just where we're at in life, because sometimes we just don't know better, right? And then we go through the situation and we should come out wiser. That's the point of why certain things happen to us in life. So if you're able to accept radical acceptance, I have a whole video on it. If you're able to accept the lesson and what the situation is trying to teach you, guess what? You won't get stuck in karmic cycles, and guess what? You won't create negative karma for yourself, right? You won't be stuck in something that you should already learn from the first time. You learn it the first time, you thank the high above for these lessons, you gain the lesson, you accept it, and you move on, and you go on to greater, better things. But if you don't accept what's in front of you, guess what? You create the karma, not the greatest karma, because now you got to learn the lesson again and you go through the cycle again. Karmic cycles. And it's only to then that a lot of people get out of karmic cycles, when they learn the lesson. So basically, you keep dating the same person dressed up in a different bodysuit because you have not learned the lesson. You keep on getting into debt because you do not learn how to manage your money, because you have not learned the lesson, right? We keep on choosing things that are not for our highest good, right? They're good for other people, but they're not good for us, is because you have not learned the lesson. You keep chasing things that are materialistic and keep on winding heartbroken and unfulfilled because you are not learning the lesson, right? You keep chasing sex and lust and greed, and all these lower vibrational things is going to bring back the same lower vibrational energy. You will never truly live a fulfilling life, because life is not about materialistic things, right? Money helps, yes, but you should be chasing passion, right? Purpose. And I mean passion meaning your soul passion, your spirit passion. But if you're chasing the wrong kind of passion, well, that's what you're going to get in return, right? And then you're going to stay in those karmic cycles and never truly learn what's fulfilling. So we actually create our own karma with the choices that we make. We all have free will. So the only thing that karma is going to come do is come and bring you the same scenario over and over and over. And then you're going to go spinning in that wheel. Because remember, karma is a wheel. It's a karmic cycle, and you get stuck in karmic cycles. And then for everyone you do wrong, there's something called karmic justice. And that's when it comes to balance out the scales if things are being distributed unproportionately. Like if you're winning, but you're winning based on stepping all over others, eventually karmic justice is going to be served. Karmic justice is going to be there. If you're a person who is not stepping all over people, good to the world, and you speak words of lifting and positivity, and you help people get to self-assurance and self-positivity and things of that nature. And everything you do is with good intention, right? It's not about me, right? It's about how can I help you? How can we both be balanced and you are a fair individual? Well, that karmic justice that you're going to receive is always going to be something positive. It's always going to be something good. So, like I said, people think that they can escape karma. No, that's not how it works. Sometimes the way it goes is it forgets all about you and it waits till you are in your winning season. And it waits till you are on the top of your game. You all the way up here, you're on that pedestal, and it's like karma comes like, oh, you forgot about me? It comes running right behind you and it's like, bam, and it knocks everything down. Everything comes crumbling. That tower that you on, that platform, right, that you built, everything that you built brick by brick by brick, you didn't build it on a safe, structured, fair platform. You didn't build it on a secure, firm structure. And we know about things that's not built on firm structures. What does it do? What happens to it? It comes crashing down because it's not solid, it's not stable. And in karma, in the laws of karma, it's unfair. So sometimes it lets you get all the way up there. And people think that they're winning and they think, oh, I got away with this. And you know what? That was years ago. And you know, I was a different person then. That's not how it works. It eventually catches up to you because the scales have to be balanced. You must get taught the lesson, right? And the more you reject the lesson and you refuse to change and you refuse to grow and you refuse to learn, well, guess what? That lesson gets harder and harder and harder and harder. So the karma becomes greater and greater and greater and greater. And it comes to the point that you might be in debt. You might have a karmic debt. So I always tell people, be careful the way you treat people. Be careful what you do. Make sure you're doing everything in the light. Have the best intention. When you don't have the best intention and you mess up, you know what? Apologize. And not only apologize to get yourself in the door, but have remorse and hold a space for the people you have been unfair to and you have done wrong to. And to be honest, by the time you accumulate a karmic debt that is so great because you've done it to so many people and you have hurt so many people and you owe so many people, even apologizing to these people is not going to release you from karmic debt. No. Now you have a debt going on with someone up there, the universe. You got a debt that's going on with the universe. And they come in to collect like a bill collector. But it's not really like a bill collector. It's more like a loan shark. And it's not very forgiving. So be careful. Make sure that you are always working and giving from good intention. Be fair to others. Treat people in humane ways. You're not the only person who lives on this planet. We share it with about 7 billion people. Make sure you're being self-aware to other people's feelings, other people's wants, other people's desires, and make sure every time that you are encountering others, you try to do it in a fair and balanced way. Because if you don't, eventually, guess what? That loan shark is going to be there to collect. And it's not going to be pretty. That's how karma is when it gets to that point that you've collected so much darkness. It's like, I want my money, I want my balance, and I want it now. So be careful with tears that you cause others. Be careful with being vindictive to others. Be careful with not accepting things. Karma is basically the teacher. Because some people learn things the hard way. And some people, they pick up the lesson like this. There are some people that certain things don't need to happen to them, right? They learn the lessons from observing other people, right? They're teachable. So people come to them that are wiser than them, all right, or have been through the block and have experienced this, and they listen to them. They're listening to their experience and saying, well, I don't really want that to be me, right? And of course you got to use your discernment in this, right? Because not everybody's experience is going to be the same. So there's just certain things that we know you shouldn't be doing, right? And you hear it from others and you realize, like, if I go down this road or do this, this is what can possibly happen to me, and I really don't want there's nothing positive in the situation. So it's in your best interest to basically take on the lesson, listen to other people who are wiser, be teachable, right? Make sure you're teachable. Make sure you're not that person that's just rejecting everything and saying, I know it all and I know what's best and I'm still going to do what's best for me. If you know that what you're doing is not in the best of interest for everyone, including yourself. Majority of the time, we're making choices that's not in the best interest for ourselves. And when we do that, we are creating karma for ourselves and we're getting stuck in karmic cycles. So karma just comes back around to teach you that lesson. Karma comes back around to balance the scales. Karma comes back around to make sure everything is fair and everything is being distributed evenly. The energy that you give out is what you're going to get back, right? So for those who think that karma is not real, oh baby, it's real. It's a teacher of life, okay? This earth that we live on is the hard knock life of lessons. That's karma. That's karma. And when you don't learn the lesson, the teacher comes back to teach it to you more powerful, greater, more impactful, right? There's some people, like I said, they just learn the hard way. You want to be hard-headed, you want to be stubborn, you want to think everything's your way, karma's not going to be too nice to you. I'm telling you right now. Karma is not going to be your best friend and you're going to think you're being punished, and it's because technically you're punishing yourself. That's the part people don't get. Why is this happening to me? This is happening to you because of the choices you have made. Choose better choices, get better karma. So guys, that's all I have for you today. I hope this video was insightful for you. If you have had a run with karma, I would love to hear about it. Put it in the description box. Let's talk about it. And I will see you in my next one. Kisses and smooches. Bye.